middle of the worst ever act of terrorism directed at the United States on domestic soil, and it may not be over. Sources also telling the Fox.
You're able to see more and more people assembling at the windows. As time is passing, not only are they assembled at the windows, but they are stacked upon each other at the windows. Acting, I'm sure, with an irrational search to somehow breathe. Pushing up against the windows and bodies lying upon each other. Some people, in fact, were actually hanging out of the windows and holding on across the steel that divided the windows. They were just so desperate to get air. Imagine leaning out of the 109th floor of the World Trade Center. No rational person would ever do that.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
And they're jumping!
Numerous people jumping.
Thomas McGuinness was trapped just below the crash zone. His wife, Ileana, had been desperately trying to reach him for over an hour.
The receptionist said, Thomas is on the phone, and right away I took it. He says, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good. And I said, you're right, oh my God, this is like World War III. And I'm not thinking something's wrong because he's on the phone, he's calling me, so he must be okay. He must be at the bar or in the street, or he's using somebody else's cell phone, or he's on a payphone. And he says it again, he just says it like 3 times in a row. And something in the way he says it, he was calm about it, but something said to me, something's not right. And I started to get nervous, and I got upset too. I was upset, like mad at him, like, are you okay? And he said it again, this doesn't look good, this doesn't look good. And I said, just answer me, yes or no, are you okay? And that's when he said, we're in a conference room on the 92nd floor.
The fire was working its way down to the 92nd floor. As Thomas McGuinness talked to his wife, it was nearly upon him.
That's when he said to me, he goes, Ileana, you don't understand. There are people jumping from the... Sorry. He said there are people jumping from the floors above us. And that's when I just was like, oh my God, this is very bad. Because I'm thinking, one thing is when you're on the 3rd floor or the 4th floor and there's a fire and you jump because you think, okay, I've got to escape this fire. And you think, well, I might survive, I might get broken legs or broken back or, but these people are jumping to their deaths. That's how desperate they are, that they're jumping to their deaths. And I'm just thinking about these poor guys in this room, not for 5 minutes, but for an hour dealing with that. And knowing that something terrible is going on up there and that it's coming down to us too because we can't get out of here. And so I know that for him, it was a goodbye call. But I just wasn't ready to accept that. But I know that it was for him because he said, I love you, take care of Caitlin, who's our little girl. Just kept saying, you're coming home tonight, you're coming home tonight. He says, if we get out of here, it's going to be a miracle. And the last thing he said was, I got to get down on the floor. And that's when I lost the connection. And I tried again, but I couldn't get through. There was no dial tone, there was nothing.
Thomas McGuinness's call was the last voice ever heard from the North Tower. 3 minutes later, the tower collapsed. By then, as many as 200 people had fallen from the sky.